Someone is out for revenge.
It's all just a mask, and a murderer can hide behind it.
No one is safe.
Whether they're a judge, a lawyer, or a policeman.
And the most unlikely suspect is about to emerge.
I believe in his mind, he wanted to take the lives of the people that had taken his life.
It's Thursday morning outside the county courthouse in Kaufman, Texas, when a man can be heard screaming for his life in the parking lot.
Saying, please no, please don't, please no, and then the shots started.
5 shots ring out in broad daylight. Attorney Jenny Parks was heading into the courthouse.
I was scheduled to be in criminal court that morning, so I'd parked across the street at the annex and was walking across.
You saw your friend and colleague laying there after being shot?
Yes.
What goes through your mind? What adrenaline, what fears, what questions?
Just hoping that Mark's okay.
Jenny's friend Mark is Mark Hassey, Kaufman County's assistant district attorney.
Everybody in the Dallas legal community knew Mark Hassey. He had a big reputation.
A police dash cam catches the chaos.
There you go, buddy. Keep breathing for me.
Mark is now barely clinging to life, his body riddled with 5 bullets.
Keep going to CPR. Go.
He was a very prolific trial lawyer and had been a very successful prosecutor in Dallas for many years.
The assistant DA is rushed to the hospital. Tragically, it's too late. Mark Hassey is dead. And Mark's boss tells the killer to watch out. He's coming for him.
I hope that the people that did this are watching, because we're very confident that we're going to find you, we're going to pull you out of whatever hole you're in, and we're going to bring you back and let the people of Kaufman County prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
The Kaufman County Sheriff says this was no random shooting. Hassey was targeted. But by whom?
When a prosecutor is murdered, you have no shortage of suspects. Every person that's been put away by that prosecutor or been prosecuted becomes suspect number 1.
Try 25 years worth of suspects, including violent murderers and drug dealers. And now, with many of them out of jail, investigators wonder if one of them could be looking to settle a score.
He respected the fact that some of the people that he had tried during the years were serious criminals, and knew that there were people he had prosecuted that might want to come after him. He carried a gun.
And Mark Hassey was armed when he was shot to death. Tragically, his gun was under his buttoned-up jacket, and he didn't have time to pull it out before he was ambushed.
You never think that a prosecutor leaving his car or walking into the office is going to be gunned down.
After firing the fatal shots, the shooter and his getaway driver raced from the scene. But this happened in broad daylight, and there were witnesses.
There was a woman attorney who was driving up who saw the whole thing happen. There was also a mechanic across the street who watched from behind the door at the auto paint shop.
The getaway car is described as an older model brown or silver sedan missing a license plate. Unfortunately, no one got a good look at the 2 suspects. They tell cops the driver was too far away, and the gunman
Was wearing a hood, kind of like an executioner's hood from a game, black mesh in the front.
Because Mark was a close friend of District Attorney Mike McClellan, special prosecutors are brought in from the county to oversee the investigation. Bill Worski is one of the special prosecutors assigned to the case.
Just thought it was a relatively, while violent and bloody case, it was a relatively simple case.
And seemingly very personal. The killer looked Mark dead in the eyes when he pulled the trigger. But who could harbor so much hate? While investigators track down possible suspects, there's breaking news about another member of law enforcement being gunned down in Colorado.
There was a prison warden in Colorado that had been murdered at his home by a white supremacist, and that person fled down to Texas.
Could these 2 shootings be connected? Just a little more than 100 miles from Kaufman County, a deputy with his dash cam rolling corners the suspect in the Colorado murder. Evan Ebel, a recent parolee and white supremacist, is sitting behind the wheel in the black Cadillac. He's got a pistol in his lap, laying in wait with his finger on the trigger as the deputy approaches the car. Montague County Sheriff's Deputy James Boyd is shot 3 times. Though gravely wounded, he will survive. As for Ebel, he races off, leading deputies on a wild, high-speed chase that comes to a crashing end when his black Cadillac smashes into a semi.
Major accident.
Ebel's still alive inside that mangled mess of metal and exchanging gunfire before deputies finally take him out.
Shots fired, he's down. Copy, shots fired, suspect down.
The murderer of that warden in Colorado and attempted murderer of Deputy James Boyd is dead. But did he also gun down Mark Hansen? Or is there another killer on the loose? Coming up, there's another shooting and another prosecutor is dead.
And about 2 months after Mark was murdered, Mike McClellan, the DA of Kaufman County, and his wife, Cynthia, were found murdered in their home.
Was there a sense that the DA's office was targeted considering the suspect was still out there? Was that in the air?
Absolutely. Who's mad? Who's ticked off that wants to take down the Kaufman District Attorney's office?